Now, you have an idea. You directed that movie. We just saw the trailer briefly.
I wrote and directed it.
Okay. So, back, I mean, off air, we're just talking about how you act, you write, you direct, you produce, you teach. Of course, I know that you train also people who want to come into the movie world. How did this fascination for, let me first of all say art, come out? Of course, I've not introduced you properly. We're speaking with Mr. Tunde Yusuf, and he's all those things that I said he is and more that Wura said he is. How are you able to, or how have you been able to put all of these things into yourself and thrive so effortlessly?
You see, art is something you must love first. The moment you love what you do, even if it inconveniences you, you don't feel it. When people want to come to the industry, I usually advise them not to.
Why?
Why?
Acting is the most difficult job. Production is so difficult, directing is so difficult, every part of it is so difficult. But when people see the screensaver, they feel like, oh, this is lovely. You had that lovely thing. Presently, we are doing the 23 weekend course, we're acting class, and just the second week, some people that have been acting before, they just said, sir, I think I would prefer directing. Acting is so difficult. I said, don't even go there at all. Remain in your acting, because directing is worse.
Okay.
So, but when you enjoy what you do, the beautiful part of art is it gives you the opportunity to tune people's head, talk with their brain
And their minds.
at this particular point. What would the audience be thinking? Okay, they will ask this question. Okay, this is supposed to be your next line. Then you answer them. You feel you are interacting with people. You love that. Then every part of what I do, from my background as a writer, I love to teach some things, but in a different way. When I write, I try to make sure in every of my movie you have a very strong proverb that you can hold on to. I try to put in a traditional oriki of a particular lineage that you can easily pick my film and say, okay, I think I want to know about this hierarchy, and you pick one of my films and you go there and you can get that from there. Then I love impacting people. If we are very close, the moment you are not thinking of something progressive, I stop being close with you. You must, because under 1 year, people will feel, no, Tunde has just been using that person. No, I don't want that kind of stuff. What are you up to? What are you doing? Okay, this is your plan. Okay, let me see if I can help your plan to achieve what you want. So, and because of trying to do that, you must have people you train. And me, I'm not a kind of, maybe because I'm a Libra, I'm not a kind of person who wants so much money.
So what do you want the most?
I just want to be free. I just want to be happy. Just want to feel like, oh, that guy passed through me. I can't even remember him. Oh, this one too. Oh, lovely. Oh,
and they are doing well.
And they are doing well. I'm okay with that.
You talked about difficult, acting being difficult, production being difficult. But then I know it's something that you have to have a strong passion for to be able to execute well. So if something is something you're passionate about, if it's something that is even a talent, how would it be difficult to carry on? It's
difficult, but because you have that strong passion, the word strong,
okay,
not just passion.
Not just passion.
Strong passion. You won't feel it. You won't feel it. You'll be passing through it. Okay, at times you'll be shooting and you have natural disasters. Like you want to shoot between 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and it rained between 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. You have to wait. And that actor only have today on your set. So that means you have to keep shooting till like 2 a.m. So if your BP is always high at night, you better continue to cope. Because somebody's money is burning. So you just got to cope. So if you are the type of person that will say, I have to cook for my husband at night, don't come to acting. Because when I paid you, I did not ask about your husband.
Maybe, I'll ask this later. If this you just said is the reason why many women have issues with their marriages in acting.
Acting.
But we'll get back to it. What I wanted to ask you something.
Yes, you talked about acting being challenging, being difficult and all. But we still see most people going into it still wanting to act or something. How is the financial remuneration? Do people really get money from it? Because I know some people feel that, okay, the efforts we put into it, we don't get it back in terms of money. Do people really get it?
They get it. It depends on the packaging. It depends on the way you play your game. You see, acting gives you an opportunity. It's just like presentation. The tube, this thing we sit in front, the camera, gives you an opportunity to get into somebody's house. Get to somebody's house without leaving your own station. Do you get that? Let me use Abike Dabiri as an example.
Okay.
Abike has been popular on NT. So by the time she was vying for the House of Rep, she was already popular. And people are saying, oh, that's Abike, that's Abike. Now, just the same thing goes for an actor. You sit right in here, shooting on your state, and somebody in Dublin, somebody in the US, somebody all over the world will say, Mola again, which girl have you ever seen her? No. Because the tube gives you the opportunity to sit them. Then that person can now sit in his own house and say, I think I need a brand ambassador. And I love the way this lady always dresses. Okay, for my fashion brand ambassador, I think I should use her.
Even though you may never have met in real life.
You don't need to. You don't need to. That gives you that opportunity. But it is a particular producer that has spent his own money to bring you to set. And you are paid for showing your face. And that showing your face is bringing you another money entirely. So that depends on the way you carry your brand. If you are the one that's always exposing your body on set, and the person doesn't like somebody exposing his or her body, and because it's a fashion house, and if you are exposing your body, you don't need fashion. So you just need to do that for a cream company.
True.
So even if you are exposing your body, you still have a cream company that wants you to show your body.
But there are some people who fit all of these things, but they still never get anything. They don't get any endorsements.
No, it depends.
Okay, on what?
There's a particular topic I do teach. Packaging as an actor.
Okay.
If you're an actor, there are some things you do that can kill your career. But you won't know. You just think you are enjoying it.
Really?
Whether you are married or you are not married, keep your relationship out of acting. Because anything can break. The good thing and the bad thing about this world is what is good we end, what is bad we end. So no matter what, the moment the people begin to say, no, she has a broken marriage with Lagbaja and she went to another relationship with Tamedo, and under 6 months they are apart again, and she went to another one. Nobody wants that kind of name.
Well, sometimes people feel, I've heard people say things like there's no bad publicity. Like any publicity is good publicity as long as people are talking about you.
It depends on what you are selling. Depends on what you are selling. If you have publicity, okay, there are some names in Nigeria that are so popular, but you'll be very careful before you put it in your name. That's your name. Until when we have Chief Tony and Nini, it was difficult for anybody to say I'm Anini. And it's so popular.
True.
It's so popular. It depends on what you want your brand for. How do you want to sell it? Who are you selling it to? Your audience matters. If you're a kind of person that is always playing a housewife, that means you are looking at maybe people that produces household products and stuff like that. If you are ones that's always producing making your films like an adult kind of stuff, you wait till when somebody wants to advertise our own hotel. Have you realized that those people who produces alcohol, who brew alcohol, they don't use drunkards as their ambassadors? They use handsome people. Use handsome people. Everybody doesn't drink. And is the ambassador of profit.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for that huge endorsement. But please, let's not do that again. Also, since this is about you, you're our guest of the week on the show today. When you're not acting, what are you possibly doing? When you're not, okay, don't let me say acting, since you do a lot of things as it concerns movies. But when you're not acting, you're not producing, you're not directing, you're not doing anything as it concerns a movie, what are you likely to be doing?
I'm sitting alone.
Doing what?
I love being alone.
Doing what?
That's-
in that
Nothing.
aloneness.
Thinking, what's next?
Okay.
There's always one thing ahead of you. There's always something ahead of you. You see, in this world, you're always in the middle. There's someone ahead of you. There's someone coming from your back. So if you are sleeping, that person at your back will overtake you. If you are sleeping, maybe the person ahead of you is already sleeping, so you need to overtake.
But I'm talking about relaxation.
Exactly.
Here.
How do you
will
get
not
relaxed?
me.
Put your head down, put your feet up.
Relax. See, somebody is always coming. Yes, somebody is always ahead. Yes, but how do you relax?
Relax.
Yes.
Maybe when I'm eating. I don't know how I relax.
Wow.
Don't take vacations out
Okay,
of
when
the
I'm so
country.
tired, I just don't see that as relaxing, because I watch films. And when I watch films, I don't watch the.
You watch to
films.
criticize.
I watch to how did this guy go to this point? So I'm just my whole life is filmmaking.
But with this type of, should I say, character or attitude, the people you work with, would they not feel you are kind of strict or maybe a hard taskmaster or something?
I know I'm strict, so they don't need to.
You
tell
don't have to do
me. Nobody needs to tell me that.
Okay.
I know I'm strict. I know I'm difficult to satisfy. I know I ask for so much from everybody. So you have an advantage. If you want to just be an average person, don't come near me. If you come near me, you either bend or break. That's the rule. You either bend or you break. So
What
it's
inspires you when you write?
my environment. My environment. I'm a very masculine person, but I have a feminine brain.
Okay.
There is no way I will always write against any oppression against women. I will always write towards that direction. It will be so difficult because before I can put a blame on women. Maybe because that's the way I think. Maybe because I grew up with my grandmother.
And did she have an experience that maybe spiked that in you?
No. I see women as everything. Everything. When they make mistakes, I don't see it as mistakes. I just try to look at the circumstance. Something must have prompted it. If you see a woman that stabs a man, find out there's a frustration somewhere. She must have acted wrongly, but there is a frustration somewhere. Something must have gone wrong. Maybe you did not explain something clearly to her. Maybe in the course of starting your relationship, you did not define it. Because every relationship has a definition. Love is a game, and you must play by the rules. So it must have a definition. If you don't give women definition and they go to excess, it's your problem. So women inspired me a lot, because I love being emotional. I love writing emotional stories. I love. Hardly can you find a situation. I love justice, fairness. Hardly can you find a situation whereby I will totally condemn a particular person or a particular race in my story. No, because 6 can be 6 to you, it could be 9 to me. We
Depending
see
on
things
perspective.
differently. So I try to balance everything. That okay, if we are saying these people are doing this, I will try to force you to say, look at the other side. If you are in their shoe, would you have done anything different? So if no, why are you condemning them?
Most of your movies tend towards the emotional. Have you dabbled into other aspects, like maybe comedy, crime, or something like that?
Comedy. I'm not a funny person. I've not seen anything so funny. I've not seen anything so funny. Because by the time I did one recently, Imbecile. Despite having so many scenes funny, it's a story that you never pray it happens to you. I don't like writing full comedy. I prefer to put my comedy within a very
something
serious
else.
story. I don't see. When I see people being too playful in a normal word, I
The message
ask
is
them,
lost.
"Are you alright?
Are you okay?
What's wrong with you? What's so funny?" There's nothing so funny in this world that you should just. But the only thing is, you can just find a way to relax somewhere and sleep, eat, and do whatever you think is good for you. Me, I'm a very relaxed person. Even when I'm working, I'm relaxed. So that's why I don't have a time that I created for relaxation. No. When I'm working, I'm relaxed. When everybody's in a hurry, I don't hurry. I think my things step by step. So writing full comedy for comedy's sake, I don't see myself doing that.
Okay.
I can have comedies in a serious story. I can do that. But I will just write comedies. Okay, my best comedy film so far is The Girls Must Be Crazy.
Okay.
Serious story. Funny. Yes, I prefer that kind of stuff. But to write comedy so far, you be forced at the end of the film to say, what's the film saying? Because that's what I usually do. I was watching an American film just like 3 days ago with my children. I said, come, pause. What's this story saying? What are they trying to say?
The message?
I don't even care what about the message is. The primary target of a film, the purpose of a film is entertainment.
True.
Now, the moment you are able to get that right, in that entertainment, put education. I've seen films that they have used lines that I've never heard in my life, that I was hearing it for the first time in that film. Yes, education. Good. That guy was quoting, that should be I'll try to remember the name of the film. That guy was quoting the Bible, the Quran. It's a Korean film.
Okay.
It's a Korean film. So quoting the Quran, quoting Bible, and I was forced to pause on many occasions to go and check the Quran, the Bible, and stuff like that. Yeah, education inside entertainment. I love the film.
Now,
I love that.
You were saying something earlier about sometimes when you watch movies, you know, other people's movies, you ask yourself, what's this person doing in this role? What's this person doing here? What informs your own choice of the people who play the roles in the movies you write?
You must be an actor. I don't have definition for a good actor. You must be an excellent actor.
How do you determine who's an excellent actor?
You must act better than I can do.
Okay.
Okay.
How would you be able to judge though? Most people think they are the best at whatever it is they do.
Yes, that's their thinking. Their thinking doesn't represent my picture.
Okay.
Ask any actor, they will tell you, I'm a very good actor. Well done. Act in your own film. But my own definition of an actor, you must be able to deliver more than what I can deliver. That's my own simple thing. Because before you can tell me you can act better than I can do, you have to try. I was talking to my students some days ago and I told them, there are actors in this industry that God just decided, okay, you make name and money from acting. Not that they are super actors. So don't tell me you want to be like them. Because you may not have the same destiny
as them.
So the best thing is find a way to be a super actor. If you want to be a good actor, don't come to my acting class. If you want to be an actor, don't come to my acting class. Any idiot can train you. But if you want to be a super actor, then come. Then I will bend you until when you are there. So if you cannot bend, then break, I throw you away. I pick other people. I don't need 100 people in the class. From 10, I need 2. So acting is so difficult that then if I have to pay you to act in my film, you must act better than what I can do. When I was shooting at Kalamago, I have a role for Ibrahim Chata for like 27 scenes. There's a particular role there, 34 scenes. I was looking for who can play this role. The person will be so calm. He will look so innocent. It will look so confusing. Some people will say it's innocent, and that person will say, some other set of people will say, this guy can be wicked. He looks too silent and stuff like that. How do I manage this? Okay, I will need an assistant director to be able to play that role. Because as a director, when you're on set, you will not remember until when you start directing again as an actor. So I played that role. People felt I did not do as many as 34 scenes. They were not counting, they were not saying it, but I know I played 34 scenes. So it's easy for me to cue into a role easily. So to bring somebody to play that role that I played in that film, the person have to act better than I can deliver. Well, I cannot pay you for an average acting. No, it's not possible. Money is not so easy. I'm a businessman.
It's not. It's not
It's not
at
so
all.
easy. So.
One thing, okay, you mentioned when you were going to step into that role, you mentioned getting an assistant.
Director.
Now, I know some people on their movies, they will be the one to write, to produce, to star in it, and still to direct and everything. Do you believe one can do all this on a particular movie and still have that movie be excellent?
Because I'm a liberal, I will give you a diplomatic answer. I only know of what I can do and my own limitations. Some people can do everything in this world. Me, I can't. So if they think they can do everything in this world, good
They
luck
can.
to them.
But sure, in your assessment of all the kinds of movies we've seen, people who've tried to do it all like that, how many of them have you been really satisfied with?
I've watched The Quest, co-produced by Claude Van Damme, and co-directed by him. He did wonderfully well.
I'm talking about Nigerian movies.
I cannot remember.
I knew you were going to do that. I'm actually talking about Nigerian movies. So let's go home now. Let's look at. I know what you're doing. God knows the number of your house. When you're not at home, when you're out acting, how do you think? I mean, you've done a lot of movies, and I want to believe that takes you away from home a lot. How do the people at home, your wife, your children, how do they cope in your absence? And how do you cope, when you're away too?
From the word go, they know I'm not a footballer. I'm not a teacher that will leave school 4 p.m. and come home and sit with his wife. I'm an actor. I'm always mobile. I'm a creative person. I need my time. I need my private life. I need to travel a lot. The moment you settle for me, you cope. That is one. The moment I settle for my job, I cope. And one thing about me is the moment I'm on set, I shut down every other thing. I put off my phone. The only one that will be on is on permanent silence. Permanent. Doesn't ring out, doesn't do anything, doesn't vibrate, doesn't do anything. Permanent silence. So when I finish doing what I am doing, I say, you've called me 6 times. Okay, this is important, I'll call back. That is if you are not asleep by 12 or 12 midnight and I finished. So if there is anything so urgent, there's nothing in this world that's so urgent. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have zeroed my mind in a particular situation that I realized that there's nothing in this world that if you don't do it, nobody will do it. Nothing.
Interesting.
Absolutely nothing.
Out of curiosity now, and we'll have to shut this down soon. Out of curiosity, what kind of music do you like? And does it reflect the choice of artists, the choice of music, does it reflect in your movies at all?
I love cool music. I don't have anything so hard. If your beat is too hard, just please remove this noise. It becomes noise to me. I love cool music. And growing up and up to today, I love one particular musician to what?
To the moon and back?
Everywhere. Everywhere. And I just cry the barrister. It has influenced me a lot. At times I put his music in my film. When I have actors that can play that role.
Okay.
When I have actors that will deliver the music that will not be singing Fuji like Sakara. No, I won't.
No. I'll use it to wrap up because of time. We see in foreign movies, we see biographies, we see people who, represent people's lives. Maybe they're dead, maybe they're still alive, and then it's being played out. Unfortunately, people like Barrister that you mentioned, bigger people, huge legends who may have passed on, some who are still alive. We don't see a lot of biographies in Nigerian movies. Is there any particular reason for this?
The market.
You don't think people want to see the life of Barrister?
If you think they want to see it and they refuse to see it, what happens?
Has anyone ever tried
one
it?
really tried.
You see, when your money is involved, you take less risk. In the UK, in the US, there is grant. If you don't make that money, you share the loss. In Nigeria, you create your water yourself, you create your light, you create everything, and you still create debt for yourself. You won't try it.
Interesting. Well, we have been speaking with Mr. Tunde Ola Yusuf. He's an actor, he's a scriptwriter, he's a director, a producer, a mentor, a trainer, a teacher.
Tunde Ola Yusuf, simple.
Tunde Ola Yusuf, simple. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's been amazing. We'll take a break now. Breakfast weekend resumes shortly. Stay with us.